Okay, hey guys, what's going on? Here's time for my 3-hour Raw review. Got a lot of stuff to go over. I don't have any notes. I'm just doing everything based off memory, so if I forget anything, please excuse me. So the show opened up, which was supposed to be the contract signing between Lesnar and John Cena. John Cena comes out first. Brock Lesnar comes out. Well, no, not Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar's music plays. And he ends up being a no-show. John Laurinaitis says that Brock Lesnar will appear later tonight for the contract signing, but on his time. So instead, Edge ends up coming out, which is a shock to everyone. I love this leather jacket, by the way. It was awesome. I wonder where you got it from, because I would have bought it wherever you got it from. But anyway, Edge came out and pretty much kind of gave John Cena, I guess you want to say, some tough love. Telling John Cena that he doesn't know who this Cena is, but he needs to, he needs to beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is only doing it just for the money. He's not doing it because, he loves it like him and like Cena. And he's saying, where's the Cena that beat me, in the ladder match, back in Toronto, Canada? Where's that John Cena? That's the John Cena that needs to come out and beat Brock Lesnar. And if you don't, then it'll just be a slap to me and everyone else's face who love this business. So kind of gave John Cena a pep talk, and then that just ends there. First match we get into was Chris Jericho and Kofi Kingston. This was a good match, opening match. Jericho ended up getting the code breaker on Kofi Kingston and winning. After that, we got into a match with Lord Tenzai and R-Truth. Lord Tenzai won. Next match we got into or segment. I'm gonna forget some stuff here. CM Punk. Chris Jericho saw CM Punk. What looked like he might have been drinking alcohol, and so he came to John Laurinaitis and told to give Punk a test to see if he's drunk. If he is drunk, then he's violating WWE rules, and he has to be stripped of the championship title belt, and the title be given to Chris Jericho. So after that, we got to the segment with Punk. They told him to seek the alphabet. Excuse me. They told him to recite the alphabets backwards and walk on the red line, on the straight red line. Punk failed it first, and it looked like as if Punk was going to forfeit the championship to Chris Jericho, but he asked the crowd to give him one more chance, and then they began to recite the alphabets backwards successfully, and he walked the red lines back and forth successfully and ended up beating up Chris Jericho. So Punk was just playing Chris Jericho, tricking him or whatever. This segment I thought was okay. Like at first I'm like, are they literally going to give the WWE title to Chris Jericho like this? It was kind of weird in a way, but considering that it was Punk end up playing tricks on Jericho and just him beating the hell out of Chris Jericho afterwards was I think kind of made up for the entire segment. So definitely got that. Kane came out and did a promo on Randy Orton. Randy Orton took Paul Bearer in the wheelchair and threw him inside like this big meat locker or freezer, this giant freezer. And Kane just said, he doesn't really care, if he leaves Paul Bearer there. Which I must say, it was awesome seeing Paul Bearer. And then Randy Orton comes out and chases Kane off by beating him up with a metal steel pole or whatever. Next match we got was the Divas title match. Nikki Bella going up against Beth Phoenix. Nikki Bella won, to my surprise. It looks like, now I don't know if it's a work or a shoot or not, but it looked like Beth Phoenix may have seriously hurt herself. I don't know. But Nikki Bella ended up winning, and I'm like, are you serious? But I know why, because it's WWE throwing them a bone, because it's being reported that the Bellas might not renew their contracts to WWE and may be leaving this May or June. So that's the case. If they still plan on walking out the door, then I know them winning the title is just WWE giving them a bone before they step out. But nothing significant really there. Next match we got into was a tag team match between Cody Rhodes and Alberto Del Rio going up against Big Show and the Great Khali. This match, pointless. Khali and Big Show end up getting the victory because Del Rio ended up leaving Cody Rhodes high and dry. After that, we get into a tag match with Santino Marella and Zack Ryder going up against Epico and Primo. Epico and Primo lost to Zack Ryder and Santino Marella. Nothing special about this match. It was okay. Sheamus was about to fight Mark Henry with Daniel Bryan as special guest referee. Daniel Bryan provoking Sheamus, caused a distraction. Mark Henry hits Sheamus in the head, and Daniel Bryan quickly counts to 3 and just pisses Sheamus off. And Sheamus, attacked Mark Henry, and then about to get ready to attack Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan ends up kicking him in the back of the knee, and then in the face, and then got him in with the yes lock. Also, too, forgot during the middle of the show, Brock Lesnar had finally appeared, coming into Raw, and Josh Matthews, the interviewer, tried to interview Brock Lesnar and telling him how would he feel if John Cena beats him at Extreme Rules. And Brock Lesnar, not saying anything, just took Josh Matthews and just pretty much just knocked him up against a truck trailer. Anything. Hornswoggle and Brodus won by a DQ because, what's her name? Vicky slapped Brodus in the face. What else? Oh, well, one segment with when Kane went inside the big, huge freezer, and he brought out Paul Bearer, and Paul Bearer says, "Oh, Kane, thank goodness. You come to save me?" He says, "Yes, I've come to save you from myself." And he just takes Paul Bearer and just throws him back in there, and hearing Paul Bearer say, "No!" Absolutely hilarious. Probably my second favorite segment throughout the night, besides Brock Lesnar beating up Josh Matthews. Awesome, just flashback memory childhoods. Paul Bearer, even though he's not full time or just whatever, just having little segments like that, it's just classic stuff. It's just hilarious. I enjoyed it. Then we finally get on to the main segment, which was the contract signing between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Brock Lesnar comes out first. John Cena's music hits, but John Cena doesn't come out. So Brock Lesnar says, "Well, John Cena's scared," and he says, "Well, since John Cena's not going to come out right now, you and I need to talk about some business first. Before I sign the contract to Extreme Rules, you're going to have to meet me by my demands, and by we have to negotiate, a new contract or whatever. You have to meet me by my demands that I give you. Otherwise, I won't show up at this pay-per-view." And so Brock Lesnar was giving his demands of how what's his name? Johnny Ace is going to have to run everything through him, through Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar going to have the final say and everything that goes on with him and his character, and also, I guess, whatever goes on within WWE. And he also says he's going to change the title of RAW, WWE RAW, featuring Brock Lesnar. And he told Johnny Ace, "Do you agree to these terms?" Johnny Ace said yes. He shook hands. He signed the form. John Cena finally comes out. John Cena seems a little bit hesitant, in signing the the contract for the pay-per-view, Brock Lesnar calls him out and says, "What I'm feeling is fear. You fear me. You're afraid of me. Just go ahead and sign the paper." And like I said, once again, it looked like John Cena was intimidated and afraid. And so John Cena signs the paper timidly, and it looks like they're about to get rid of the lock horns, but Brock Lesnar just says, "Nah, not yet," and just walks out of the ring, just backs up slowly, and that ends Raw. So all in all, Raw was okay. Some of the matches I thought were just kind of just stupid. Some of the matches we got. I think, considering how large their roster is, I think they could have added and had some better people and some better matches during tonight. The crowd was decent. The crowd wasn't bad. They were okay. So like for 3 hour show Raw, it was all right. It wasn't bad. I think, to me, this was a better go-home show than the Raw that was before WrestleMania. I think this was a better go-home show compared to that. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about tonight's Raw. Did you like anything about it? Did you didn't like it? Did you enjoy the whole entire 3 hours? Give me your thoughts below in the comments. Subscribe. Peace.